Okay, so I took off my grill. It's off. Just gotta take off these little clips right here. Those pop up out just with a regular flathead. You know, they sit inside there. Just like that. You pop that in. Locks it in place. However, when it's on here, it'll be set in there with the plastic in between. So all you pretty much do is just get a screwdriver, flathead, or a tool. You just snug it right in there. Pop up that. And then pop this out. And then it'll just pretty much just pop out. And then you gotta repeat that. I think it's 7 times all throughout that top cover. Okay. For the actual billet grill, or not the billet grill, but the grill, that one is even easier. It has those right there. Those clips that lock it in place in 6 different spots. There's the ones on the outside by the light, so you do have to remove your light. At times it's easier if you have to wedge a screwdriver in there and wiggle it out. Then it's got the ones up here on the top part, and one final one, and that's on each side of the truck. One final one. Let me try to get the camera in there. Right here. So there's 3 for each side. 1, 2, 3. Same on this side. Okay, so what I did, I measured the distance from the base of the light to the center is 3 inches. So it looks off because my angle's off, but it's 3 inches. I'm gonna end up going in this box, not between here. I'm gonna go between this little pillar and this one. I think it ultimately gives me a better look. So what I did, I measured with the grill on from the bottom of this bumper to the center of my billet. Gave me 4 inches. So that's 4 inches to the center of the billet grill. I measured the distance from the center of the bumper to the center of those 2 posts right here. This one and this one. The 2 posts measure roughly 6.5 inches. So 3 1/4. It's about my center. Sorry for the video. I'm having a tough time with the iPad. So what I did, I measured it from the center of the bumper to the center of those 2 slots, that slot, and I came up with 13 1/4. 13 1/4 is my center. So now I know from the center of this bumper this way and from the center of this bumper that way, I will have to have my mounting bolts for my lights. So what I did for height, like I said, I already know that it's 4 inches from the bumper to the center of my upper grill. Let me take this off and put it on my table. I measured, if you notice, I'm kind of lucky because this Chevy bumper, has these brackets here that come out and stick, and they actually have bolts right through them. And there's 2 of them. So that makes it real easy for me to figure out a bracket setup to do for those fog lights. You know, my grill dies roughly around this area. You can kind of see the wear. So I don't think it's thicker than 1.25 inches back. So I know that if I bolt up my bracket for my bumper light, for the fog light from here, I'll have plenty of clearance for the light to be behind the grill. So therefore I could determine later on exactly where to cut the grill. So I'm going to figure out something real quick to mount right coming out. Maybe I'm not sure if I'll use either a square tube, mount it from here to here, from here to here, and then up with some angle brackets with a hole so I can bolt the lights on, or if maybe I'll just get flat bar, build myself I don't know, like a little Z bracket that comes up from here out, up, and then over with a little setup with a hole to bolt up my fog light. Let me give it some thought, and I'll figure out exactly what I'm going to do, and I'll keep recording.